Hello, welcome to my channel Zen and Fit. In today's video, I wanted to cover when you just feel so emotionally exhausted, maybe due to all of the economic turmoil or maybe personal stress that's occurring within your life. But before I jump into this video, if you could please hit the like and subscribe button, that would be much appreciated because it helps me to keep producing more content on this platform. Even though we're just still in the beginnings of 2025, there's been a lot of uncertain factors going on in our society, especially if you live in the United States or maybe somewhere else. But there's a lot of economic issues going on, financial issues going on, and a lot of people are being impacted by policies that are going on in our society. And this isn't a political video. This is more so focusing on the impact these financial circumstances are having on people. You may go into a grocery store and you notice that all the prices are higher than they used to be, even in comparison to last year or 10 years ago. And so this creates a lot of course, stress for a lot of people. There's so much uncertain circumstances going on. You don't know what may happen tomorrow. Can you afford to pay your bills? Can you afford to pay your mortgage or your rent or wherever you're living? Just the basic necessities are so uncertain because you don't know if you can financially cover them. And so, of course, that creates a lot of emotional turmoil, a lot of emotional exhaustion because you have this constant fear, worry, concern, stress going on in your life. And so that can definitely take a toll on anybody. We're human beings. We're not superheroes. And so giving yourself that grace and understanding that you're going through hard economic times, whether it's even if you own a business or you are working in a 9-to-5 sector, you may be impacted right now. You may be feeling the pain. And so what do you do while all of this is going on? Because certain things you don't have control over. Even if you're a business owner, there's certain factors that you may not be able to control when it comes to your business expenses. I'm sure some of you have seen, if you've been watching the news, how some small and medium-sized business owners have been voicing concerns about being able to sustain this economic environment because their expenses are going up exponentially and they have no control over that. How are they going to cover this? How are they going to survive and stay viable in their industries? And so this is also affecting people who work in the 9-to-5 sector, where some of you have experienced or maybe facing layoffs or just concern or worry how stable is your job right now. And so all of this definitely takes a toll on your mental health, especially if you don't have any kind of constructive coping to deal with these types of stressors. So how do you preserve your mental well-being when you're dealing with all of these types of economic stressors? And of course, this video is not intended to provide any type of direct therapy services or be substituted for any type of mental health care or treatment. It's just more so an exploratory type of video. But how do you cope? How do you deal? Well, maybe one of the ways is seeking out a therapist if you're able to. Maybe you need one-on-one therapy, or maybe you need some form of group therapy where you're around other peers, hearing their circumstances and hearing how they're navigating can provide you some strength and key ways of dealing with your own personal situation, because everybody's situation is a little bit different. You know, you may be a business owner, you may be working a 9-to-5, so those circumstances are a little bit different, but in both of those sectors, you're still experiencing some form of economic stress. And so maybe hearing another person's plight in life gives you strength and ideas of how to navigate your own problems. Maybe it's not group therapy. Maybe you find some type of support group whether it's online or something, or in your local community, where you can be around other peers who may be experiencing similar circumstances that you're going through. So finding something that's going to be useful for you, especially given the situation that a lot of people are going through at this point in time. Our mental well-being is vital for our health. It's just as important as our physical health. And when our mental well-being goes unchecked and it just basically gets out of control, that can take a toll on your physical health as well. Even though I'm not a medical doctor and I'm not giving medical advice, it's just common knowledge out there based on the information that's available even online that our mental health can impact our physical health. And so just keeping that in mind, because sometimes our mental health really gets downplayed, and it's important. It's important to look after your mental well-being. It's a part of who you are as an individual. And so finding ways to stabilize your mental health is going to be key, especially during this difficult economic turmoil that we're in. In addition to maybe seeking out support and help through peer groups or even from family members or friends, another important thing to make note of is partaking in some form of self-care, whether that's going for a walk, engaging in physical activity, doing makeup, doing your hair, whatever that looks like, whatever self-care looks like for you, that is practical and reasonable for you to continue doing. It's going to be vital and imperative for your mental well-being, because a lot of times when we're feeling stressed and overwhelmed, a lot of times our self-care goes by the wayside, and that makes things even worse for you overall in the long run, because that takes a toll on your mental well-being too, because you're already stressed and then you don't have any healthy or constructive outlets to cope and deal with your stressors. So just making a note of that. Finding what works for you, finding inexpensive or free activities that you can do, that you can partake in, that's going to keep you going until you get through this stressful point of time. Because nothing lasts forever. And so hard times won't be here forever. Just remembering that. Because when we're going through difficult times, sometimes it feels like it's never going to let up. And knowing in life, it's like a roller coaster ride. You have the ups and you have the downs. And maybe this is a down point, but that doesn't mean that it has to be forever. So I hope you found this video useful for anyone who's listening to this. And I appreciate any feedback or comments you have. So until next time, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and also share this video with anyone who could appreciate hearing this.